everyone, and welcome back to PÖFF TV. My name is Päike Triinu Tamm, and we are right in the heart of Black Nights Film Festival to get to know our this year's directors better. So, for that, I have today here in the studio with me a German filmmaker, Steve Bache, who is gonna talk about his first feature film named No Dogs Allowed. So, let's give him a warm welcome. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Fine. It was a very good premiere yesterday. It was an awesome night, yeah.
Okay, and how has the festival been for you so far? Have you
Very
seen
good.
something interesting?
Yeah, I've watched 2 films, I think, already, and it's very nice films. So I've watched Ciao Bambino on Friday. It was a pleasure to see, but it's out of the first feature competition, and it was nice to see how good the other films are. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I will stay till Sunday and see other films.
Okay, but for starters to interview about your film, I only saw your film yesterday when you had the premiere with Q&A, and I really want to thank you for this experience, for this beautiful, bittersweet, raw emotions you have captured on the screen. So thank you. I really liked it. So when I introduced you and your film, I on purpose didn't say anything about what is the film about, because for me, I thought it's hard to like take it together only in one sentence. So maybe you yourself can, in your own words, summarize what is your film about.
It's a pretty tough question, actually, because we had a lot of trouble and time to find a good log line to summarize the film. And yeah, for us, it's a coming-of-age drama, a portrait of this 15-year-old boy who has these pedophile tendencies he's feeling and that he's struggling with, and he desperately wants to talk to somebody about it, because everybody wants to talk about his feelings somehow. And this is a feeling you can't express to anybody, not to your family, not to friends, because you will immediately be pushed out of the society, so to say. And so he is meeting up a guy on a darknet who's also not a pedophile, but like in German there's another word for someone who's into teenagers, but let's say he's a pedophile, and he's teaming up with him somehow, because this older guy is going to be a mentor for him. He's teaching him, but he also has a crush on this teenage boy, and so there's a really tough power dynamic until this older guy got arrested for suspicion of abusing another minor, and our protagonist, this 15-year-old boy, is questioned by the police because they find his contact details, and they think he's a victim of this older man, and want his they want that he is testifying against his mentor, but he doesn't want to tell anything because he's scared of his own feelings, his own secrets coming into light. And that was a very big conflict we find in our process, and which got us away not to tell a film only about this topic of pedophilia, but also about abusing and coming of age and coming to terms with your family. That was nice process.
I mean, it definitely is a very tough and in a way hard story. So where did you find this idea, or was there some kind of personal experience or event that inspired you to make the film, or where did the idea come from?
No personal experience, of course, but I was interested in this topic for a long time, because I felt there is this conflict in society that very often abusers of minors are pedophiles. So, and therefore everybody thinks that every pedophile needs to be an abuser. And that was something I couldn't believe, that every pedophile needs to be or has to become an offender or an abuser at some point. And but I didn't know what story I could tell which wasn't told before, because there are other films about pedophilic or pedophile characters, and so I put it aside for a while. And I think 5 years ago I read an article about a teenage boy who struggled with his own pedophile tendencies and who has told his mother and who's made a therapy back in Berlin. And at this point I was it opened my eyes somehow, because I never thought about that pedophile people can also be like teenage boys. It's like for everybody is getting to know his own feelings, getting to know his own sexual preferences somehow, and it starts when you're a teenage boy, teenage girl, and that was something I didn't thought of it before. And so I published a call for interviews on the internet, and there was a 15-year-old boy who contacted me anonymously via email, and he told me, "Hey, I've got this problem. I have pedophile tendencies, and I can talk to you if you want information about it." And so there was like 3 sessions. I just texted with him, and he told me that he met this older guy on the darknet to have somebody to talk to, and he caught a mentor, a teacher, so to say, and he was aware of this power dynamic, but he thought that he's in control of it, and that was something we found very interesting, because it was clearly not his control in this situation, in this power dynamic. And so we tried to tell him, that's not good for you, go out of it. But he never wanted. This guy was his only anchor for his own tendencies, and so he just told himself, okay, I'm in control of it. But he was never in control of it. So, but we texted with him for like over a year, 2 years. And after 1 year, he told us that the police was standing in front of his door, because this mentor of him was arrested by the police of a suspicion of abusing another minor, and that they found the contact details on his phone from the mentor of this teenage boy, of this 15-year-old boy. And they thought, okay, yes, he's also a victim. He needs to testify against him. So we have a lot of people, a lot of teenage boys who can testify against him, and we can make this case big. But this 15-year-old boy we talked to, he never wanted to talk to the police. Even when the police came to him, he shut down. He didn't want to say anything, because he was scared that his mentor is going to tell the police that the 15-year-old boy, has these pedophile tendencies too, and that was something he never wanted to get into light. So, and until now, not just family, not everybody from his friends, and nobody knows about his secrets. So he just shut down, never talked to anybody. But somehow the story came to us, and we thought, okay, maybe this is our story. We had already a script, but we shredded it to tears and rewrote it just to have the story, because it was like so impressive to see the struggle of this boy and all these other conflicts, and not only to make this like a topic film. So yeah.
Okay, I mean, this definitely is a tough and challenging topic, but when talking about the process you came through while making the film, what was the biggest challenge for you as a director?
I think there are 2 problems, if you have time for it, because the first thing is to get into this topic, because you talk to a lot of people with these tendencies, and you get to know a lot of crazy sexual preferences. I don't know another word, like not preference, but what you like. So everybody has this own what you like, whatever. And you get to know all this stuff, and you hear it, and that is something you have to cope somehow with it. And we realized the longer we took to be into this research process, the more hardened we get. So we started to make jokes about it because that was the only way to cope with it, and that was a tough thing to realize and to work with. And I think the next step was to bring this project, this idea, this story, to financing, to other people, to tell the people, okay, this is the story. And most of the people we told the story, they were immediately hooked up. It was like, okay, this is a crazy story, we need to tell it. But still, you need to translate how we want to tell it and why we want to tell it this way and this perspective. So, and this is something which was not easy in this part. So to bring people together to do this film. So yeah.
Okay, you had definitely many brilliant actors in the crew also, and as you mentioned, the protagonist is 15 years old boy, and the guy who played him, Carlo Kramling, something like that. Okay, so
German name. Yeah.
So excellent job by him, of course, others
Totally.
also, but when I looked how he played it, it was really very believable. I don't know, truthful. Like I believed what he what he did. So, where did you find him? Where did you find all your other actors? Did you have some kind of casting, or did you know somebody before? Like, yes, I want him or her to be in my film. How was this process like for you?
We have a casting director, and she made a lot of very good. I don't know the word. Not assumptions. She presented us a lot of very good people already. So, and it was like more picking out the good people which wanted to play this part. So we found Carlo very early in the process, and he was awesome. It was perfect. So, and at first he didn't know what he was playing, so he just needed to read the script, and then it was like, okay, we needed some talks how we want to work with this character and how we want to shoot it, so that he can be sure that we don't make a porno somehow or whatever this will be. So, and he trusted us, and so it was. I think the film is living on him. So we see him all the time, and he was the perfect choice, and he's doing a very good job. I mean, he's 21 years old and playing this 15-year-old boy, and it is his first feature film, his first role in this long form. So, and he made a good job, a very good job.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Definitely a very good job. But this grown-up man was named Dave in the film, right? So
it's played by Robin Sonner, man.
Yes, and he had this job to be the side who's like grooming and manipulating.
Yeah.
So when working on this character, or I don't know, the film itself, did you at any point work with any like psychologist to make this grooming and manipulation to look and feel so realistic or like professional? Because I mean, when I after watching the film started to think back, there were like scenes where Dave said to Gabo that that's okay, this is normal. And after, when I thought, okay, that's not normal, but when he said that, I also believe in him. I was also like, oh, okay, maybe it is okay. So again, it felt really believable. So did you work with any kind of professionals at the of the topic, or?
This is a special thing because the screenwriter Stefan Kempf, he wrote this script, and he made similar experiences in his youth. When he also was a teenage boy, he had a relationship with an older man, so he had very clear experiences how this grooming does work. So, and what sentences these older guys telling you to make believe him. So, and this was something which is. There comes this authenticity comes from, because he experienced it and he wrote it into the script, and that is alive in these lines. So we had talks with psychologists, but more for the scene where these abusing is happening in the hotel room, to talk about this and this blowjob. But for all this groom, the lines that he's telling, this is all the experience, a real life experience. So, and this actually was the toughest part to find an actor for this role for Dave, because we had a lot of talks with actors. It's not an easy role, and I'm very happy that Robin did it and that he was brave enough to be Dave in this film. So
yeah, but it's really brave decision to like be the bad guy.
yeah, totally. And that is something you there is a lot of antagonists. You go with them. Today, you can watch Joker and he is a killer, and you go with him. You are somehow sympathetic. So, but there's one antagonist, one kind of guys, and it's like these pedophiles, grooming assholes. You can't go with them. There's nothing good about them, and how to play something like him it's crazy. It's not that easy.
I think Gabo's story was so messed up also because of the situation he had in home with his mom and also with his sister. So in what way do you think Gabo's relationship with his family in home impacts the choices he makes? Or how did this influence him?
I think so, that if there would be a perfect family, maybe it would be a different story. I can tell you that the original 15-year-old boy we talked to, it sounds like he has a very good family, actually. I mean, to be honest, he was also abused by his real father when he was 5-6 years old, and he never saw him again after he was 7 years old, because his mother was splitting up with him, and so he got a stepfather. And I think there was a very good relationship with his mother and his stepfather to this time, and he still got in this relationship with this older guy. But yeah, we wanted to show that Gabo needs to be somehow the man in at home. He needs to be the father, and he needs to take care of his mother. So and he has nobody to talk to, nobody to be a child again, or to be his teenage boy where he could talk about his problems. So and that was something which you needed to build it that way to make it more clear that why he's going to Dave. So yeah, but I don't know, maybe the story would have fold out the same way if there's a functioning family, because it's still a tough topic to talk with your parents. So it's crazy. You can't imagine go to your parents and telling, yeah, I'm pedophile. So I like kids. So how do you do it? So and that was something we wanted to present with our film. I mean, you were there yesterday, and this question to the audience: is this a film for for teenagers or for the parents? So it was very interesting that half the audience was telling, yeah, it's for the parents, because it's awesome for us, because what we wanted to address with this film is also the parents. So when in the future some children comes to you and telling this secret, don't throw him out of the house. So just maybe remember on his film and see he has big problems with it. He's struggling very much. So and if we can manage to do this with our film, then we won.
Okay, but if you had to again kind of like summarize the film, or what would be the main message of your film, if you can only just in like one sentence or one thought? Will it be like, I don't know, like raising the awareness or something else?
That's for sure. I need 2 sentences, because I think because our main goal is to have an awareness for this topic, so that no teenager is going into some relationship like Gabo is falling into with this older guy. So that, and to see the signs, to see the signs that follow up with an abusing. You know, these the lines you hear and you think, okay, yeah, maybe he's nice, but no, in the next moment he will just abuse you. And but for me personally, the message is also a line in the film when he's telling, all I can do is nothing, because that was something we realized in the research. When you have these pedophile tendencies, you are all the time in depth of showing that you did nothing. But how can you show that you did nothing? Because you need to do this all your life. So it will never end. So, and that was something which I found very, it touched me somehow, this sentence that he's telling, so what should I do? So all I can do is do nothing. So where does it end? When can you trust me? So that was a tough question for me, and that was a question I can't answer this question. So that I wanted to give this question to the audience. Yeah, what should they do? So what can he do? Yeah.
Okay, well, we have uncovered so much interesting. So thank you for sharing your thoughts. I wish all the best for you, for your crew, for your film. So thank you for coming in today.
Thank you very much for the interview.
And for you, dear viewers, thank you for turning to PÖFF TV, and we hope to see you back exactly next time when we have new guests here in the studio. Thank you for watching us.